So the Time article with Caitlin Clark has just caused, for lack of a better way to describe it, SH1T is going down. And it's all happening in social media where Caitlin Clark is very rarely seen, thankfully. She's very rarely, very, very, very rarely seen. And on a positive, like, she's still just living her normal life. While people are crashing out over her, while we're still seeing Jamel Hill crash out over her, while we're seeing the other end of the side of the same coin, Whitlock crashing out over her, Caitlin Clark is just chilling. She's just chilling. Before we get on to that, if you guys need to channel subscribe, we're trying to hit 40,200 by the end of the day. Only 35 off. But anyway, Caitlin Clark, while everyone is crashing out, is currently just chilling at a Butler game. Yeah. She is just chilling with Tyrese Halliburton at a Butler game, which is a funny one. They're like, oh, the Indiana Fever point guards, they play so similar, our friends. And I'm like, man, Tyrese has been bad this year. To be fair, Tyrese Halliburton with Caitlin Clark in attendance is hooping, which is like the funniest thing. Like, his per 36 stats are ridiculous when Caitlin Clark is there. They're horrific when she's not there. But yeah, so we're seeing her just at all these games. And Butler lost. You know what? They were close against Wisconsin, I guess, who were a top 25 team. It's something. It's something, but this is not the Butler of the days of Brad Stevens, I guess. But I'm looking at these comments. She feels badly that the entire league wasn't available to join her in the box. Dear Lord. That joke's never gonna go. Like, that joke's never gonna stop. Like, it's actually gonna be any single time a WNBA player ends up anywhere, and I mean this. Like, any time a WNBA player ends up in anything, the response is gonna be, why not everybody? Like, I don't think that the Mystics owner realizes what she's started. She has now started the whataboutism for why. She has now started not even a whataboutism, like a why not everybody. That's literally going to be the new buzzwords where it's like, why is everybody not involved? Why not everybody involved? Oh, dear Lord. I don't think she realized what she's done. But, like, it's bad when you've got the likes of Gabby Thomas and non-WNBA people stepping up. But, yeah, I think it's a good thing, again. We just saw Caitlin Clark out here chilling at a Butler game, which is important. And as you can see from Vanshake, unbothered. She's sitting between Hallie and his girlfriend. To be fair, I do think that the reason for that is probably... Conor McCaffrey's on the court. It's Conor beside Halliburton. It was funny, though. I always say this. The funniest thing is that Conor McCaffrey and Tyrese Halliburton, I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, was Conor McCaffrey ranked higher than Tyrese Halliburton? Because I know Conor McCaffrey was the number 90-something recruit for Halliburton. So, yeah, they had Tyrese Halliburton as a 3-star recruit. And they had Conor McCaffrey was a 4-star recruit, who was a top 100 recruit. That is hilarious. That Caitlin Clark's boyfriend was higher ranked than Tyrese Halliburton. But the entire basketball world, media world is burning, where she's just enjoying games. The world's burning down. She's unbothered, and I do think she doesn't have the apps on her phone. Like Baby Goat enjoying hoops. Tyrese a real one. She doesn't give a fuck about the Twitter's think pieces. Of course she doesn't. Of course she doesn't. And that's the reality of the situation, is that players shouldn't. And I mean that. Like, look, there's always going to be chatter. There's always going to be chatting. See, Unbothered reminds me of Taylor Swift, Unbothered by any of her critics. She's the Taylor Swift of basketball. I mean, that is completely fair. And I've stood by, like, I stand by this. There is literally nothing that will break the sport of basketball more than when this eventually happens. Like, this will absolutely break the sport of basketball. But yeah, it is. It is always a funny one, because people will say whatever they want to say. People will come up with whatever they want to come up with when it comes to sports players. And it's something that I do feel that the WNBA has done the players have done a really, really bad job of. Because I think this is the first time there are people actually kind of like talking about them. And like the reality of the situation is that when it comes to the media, when it comes to the players themselves, they're dealing with the situation extremely badly. I think we can all be in agreement with that they're not dealing with the situation well. Because if they were dealing with the situation well, there would be just a lot of silence. Like, I'm not going to lie. Like, you can look at this channel right here, and it's like, I would have lost half is maybe an understatement, but I would have lost a non-insignificant chunk of my views if the players just realized we're probably best off sometimes if we just stay quiet. I mean that, like, if the players realized it's probably for the best that we don't speak up on every topic and we don't respond on Twitter to Dr. Philip Oliver Holes, that we don't get into a Twitter argument with rage bait meme accounts on Twitter. But it makes things easy. It makes things easy for people to just point out either hypocrisy or double standards. And I think when it comes to the WNBA, the players, a lot of the players, when I say a lot of players, it's a minority of players. It's a severe minority of the players. And I think even though it's a minority, those minority just won't shut up. Like, that's just the truth of the whole situation, is that, while yes, a lot of the issues are caused by minority of the players, are caused by minority of the owners. There's two. Like, a lot of people say, oh, WNBA owners this, WNBA owners that. It's literally two of them. It is Renee Montgomery and it's the Mystics owner. Ironically, you could argue two of the worst owners in the entire league. And then, yeah. We've got Caitlin Clark here just chilling, enjoying her life, because I think she knows. I think she's got enough good people around her to know, like, there's nothing she can do that will really change everything, to be honest. There is nothing that she can do that will change, not even change everything, change literally anything. But yeah, that's pretty much it, lads. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and it's good to see that she's just out here living her life like nothing happened, which is for the best, because to be fair, I think if she wasn't able to drown out the noise, she probably would have already lost her mind already, and the Jamel Hills and Cheryl Swoops of the world would have succeeded in breaking Caitlin Clark.